Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So, taking a little lunch break, and thought I would try and do a reading today. I'm taking my mom up to a Parks and Recs Commission meeting tonight, so I won't be able to do this after work like I normally do. So, it's been raining like crazy all day here, which is great because we haven't gotten much rain since the beginning of January. And we've probably picked up about 2 inches over the last 2 days, so it's kind of nice. But it is cold, it is wet. We've had thunder and lightning, which is very unusual for the Bay Area, which means that swimming is not a good idea. I actually went swimming yesterday. Got about 900 yards in, and they kicked us all out because there was a lightning strike. And yeah, that ended my workout for the day. So I thought I would do a reading on the 14th district in Georgia. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's district, where she vacated her seat in early January. And there's going to be a special election that's going to occur on March the 10th. And right now, there's about 18 candidates that are vying. Wow, I just dropped out a card. There's 18 candidates vying for that seat. Most of them are Republicans. Go figure. It's a heavily Republican gerrymandered district. So the chances are of one of the candidates actually getting more than 50% of the vote is very slim, especially considered how many candidates are running. So there will be a runoff election, and that would happen on April the 7th. Right now, the Republicans are trying to differentiate themselves from Marjorie Taylor Greene. One guy's got Trump's endorsement. The Democratic Party candidate that ran against Marjorie Taylor Greene, he had received 35% of the vote back when the election happened in 2024. So this is definitely not a district that a Democrat has a great chance of winning. So let's just take a look at the energy in the 14th district of Georgia and what we need to know. Entertainment purposes only. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for all of the kind wishes and responses to the video I put out that came out today on Tuesday. Yeah, I've been answering comments all day. It's been a busy, busy day. But thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for all the well wishes, and it is nice to be back, and I hope you're all doing well. We're going to get through this. It's tough, but we'll get through it just one step at a time. So, entertainment purposes only, 14th district in Georgia. There's been a lot of crap going on with ICE and Trump's economic policies and Doge. And, we're seeing that the Democrats are making inroads, but the 14th district is probably like the most gerrymandered Republican-friendly district. But how has Trump's policies, will it be enough to turn the tide? So what's the energy in that district given all of the activities that Trump has been doing? How is that being received in the 14th district? Okay, foundation of the reading is the Three of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal. This could just simply be, this isn't what we signed up for. You said you were going to do this, and this is what's happening. I mean, this could be like tariffs. You said that China was going to pay for the tariffs, but we're paying for it. What they're seeing is they're not happy with what's been happening. This could also just, conversely, this could be they're disappointed with Marjorie Taylor Greene for abandoning them. We elected you to represent us, and you abandoned us. So this could be a multifaceted reading. Let's just keep going. So what else? So what's the 14th district in Georgia? How are they feeling? What's the energy there? Challenges You got the Nine of Cups, hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. You know, it's one of those things. They love dear leader, but what he's doing is disappointing, and it's not what they wanted. It's not what they signed up for. At least not what they thought they signed up for. The rest of us could argue that it's exactly what you signed up for. Uh, the energy underneath is the world. Um, the world card is, it can be taken, literally, that the world is watching them. It can also, the world card is the major arcana. It's the end of the cycle. That this is the cycle is completed. And in this case, for the 14th district, uh, they see what they voted for and what they actually got. And I'm not going to say they're going to change their ways, but it's impacting their world in a way they didn't expect it. Maybe that's probably the fairest way to interpret that card. I don't want to assign too much optimism to that district, but their world changed. In the past, you got the Seven of Wands. Hey, fight, fight, fight. We've got to defend our borders. We've got to fight for our country. Defend our actions. Take the actions and defend what we're trying to do. What's the current energy? Current energy is King of Pentacles. Okay, that's our Trump card. Trump's got his endorsement out there for a candidate. Let's see if I can find the guy's name. He's exactly who you would expect Trump to endorse. Let's see. Clay Fuller is the candidate. Let me see if I got a little bit something on his background. Stand by. I'm going to put this on pause real quick. Okay, so Clay Fuller, a former district attorney for the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit and a lieutenant colonel in the Air National Guard. His quote here is, if you want to see a prosecutor, an elected district attorney, if you want to see a military veteran on Capitol Hill, if you want to see somebody who stands for faith, duty, and America first, my name is Clay Fuller, and I'm asking for your vote. That's funny, because the last time a prosecutor wanted a job up on Capitol Hill, the voters in Georgia voted for the felon, right? So that's kind of an ironic twist and take on things. So good luck to you, Clay Fuller. Your constituents haven't necessarily embraced that background. So current energy is the King of Pentacles. So is it... the King of Pentacles is about money, wealth, power, and providing all of that. I mean, Trump's given his endorsement to Clay Fuller. He would seem to be on the inside lane, right, for this election. So what else do we know about the energy in this? Overarching energy is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about taking actions and multitasking. Getting stuff done. Okay, not sure where to go with that. So the 14th district of Georgia wants someone that's going to get stuff done. And that's been a lot of the candidates' messaging, is that, how they're going to differentiate. I'm a workhorse, not a show horse, trying to differentiate themselves from Marjorie Taylor Greene. So it could be one of the situations where Trump is backing one person, but the messaging from someone else may become more compelling, if you will. It might not be enough. Trump's endorsement might not be the golden ticket that it was 2 years ago or a year ago. Lesson to be learned is the Hermit. Trying to find a path forward. Who are we? What do we believe in? What direction do we really want this to go? And the outcome. The Four of Wands. That came up when I was just testing the cards. Four of Wands. To me, this is a coming together, a celebration. Because you've got the blue and the red coming together here. It could be that the 14th district in Georgia is looking for a more moderate, a less MAGA style candidate, someone that's not in Trump's pocket per se, because they've seen what's been happening, and while they may agree that they want tougher borders and they you know, they want to have a process for deportation of people who are not here legally, but they may not agree with the current process. They may want a more orderly and well thought out process, as opposed to just pulling a dragnet and then throwing everyone across the border without due process. So that's the kind of the current energy with the 14th district. What's the energy? How's it looking for a Democratic or just a more independent or more moderate, center-leaning Republican candidate there? How are the odds looking for someone that's a little more center-leaning or even left of center-leaning in the 14th district? I'm not holding my breath on this one. Okay, foundation of the reading. Three of Cups. Celebrate good times. Come on. So, how's it looking for them? Well, right now, things are looking okay. I mean, the more you let Trump be Trump, the more people are going to start maybe leaning towards the center or leaning towards the left. Of course, this was the Republican celebration card in the 2024 election, so take that with a grain of salt. The challenge is the Six of Pentacles. You know, the good Lord giveth, the good Lord taketh away. it's kind of it's that balancing act of what do we really value, but what are we willing to do about it? I guess is where I'm going with that. You know, this is kind of like giving back to the people. You know, how's it looking for the Democratic or center-leaning candidates? They've got an opportunity, but they've got to show what they can give back to the community. I think that's what I'm getting from that. Energy underneath it is temperance. It's about balance. It's about detoxification. You know, these cards kind of are leading me down the path that, you know, we are seeing that the Democrats are overperforming in a lot of elections. In some cases, they're flipping districts. This would be a tough one to flip, but it seems the people, the way these cards are reading for the more center or left of center candidates is that they have an opportunity here. They've got to really strike it home, though, about you may not be able to take it as far left as you and I want it, but we can get it closer. And that's the messaging they're going to have. In the past, the moon, you got confusion, secrets, just not sure what our path forward was for these candidates. Current energy is the Ten of Swords, but the people are tired. They want this to end. They want the crazy to end. Don't get me wrong. There's probably a lot of people in the 14th district in Georgia that are completely happy with how things are going. And there's not much you can do to help those people. You know, once again, I mentioned Bad Bunny's halftime performance report or performance, and his message was love. You know, love conquers all, and together we're the Americas. And you know, he at the very end he started calling out all of the nations in the Americas. You know, a lot of people in the United States consider, you know, we're American, but they fail to realize that we're in North America, and we share North America. You know, with, I don't know, Mexico and Canada. But, you know, all these countries in Central America and South America, together we are the Americas. And in the 14th district, there are voters that are just tired of this and they want this bullshit to end. And, you know, Bad Bunny's message really resonated with me about that. And I think that one, that's what really hit home for me on that was when he was calling out the nations, and I realized what he was doing. And then he held the football that said, "Together we are the America. We are America." Okay. So how are the left of center and center leaning right uh, candidates? They're this is the current energy is Ten of Swords. They want to bring this to an end. This divisive nature that we're being subjected to. Overarching energy is the Fool. Will people follow? Will people take on the messaging? Are they ready for that new path? I mean, it's major arcana. We've gotten 3 of them in here. The overarching energy and the under energy. The energy underneath is they want some balance. It's been a confusing process. You're seeing our dear leader sundowning, right? Sunsetting. Are they willing to try a different direction, a different path? The overarching energy says they're willing to try a different path, a different direction. Lesson to be learned, King of Cups. Do they have the emotional maturity? Have they learned their emotional lessons that, that need to be learned here? Are they mature enough to do it? Outcome, Wheel of Fortune, to be determined. I suspect what's going to happen is we're going to have a runoff election. I mean, I don't think I'm getting any bonus points for that insight. It hasn't been determined yet. Wheel of Fortune, anything can happen. It's really going to come down to the messaging. The door's open for a more moderate opportunity politician to take over. We'll see if that messaging lands, and if someone the center right or the left can land a message that resonates with people. They've got the opportunity. Economy's not in great shape. Tariffs are, inflation's still up. Tariffs are still around. The atrocities in Minnesota are fresh in everyone's mind. You've got to strike. Do what you can and see if you can make a difference. So that's what I got. To be determined. March 10th is the election. April 7th will be a runoff if there is a runoff. And right now it looks like there will be. Will it go in the Democrats' favor? We'll find out. Anyways, I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, thank you for everyone who has commented. I've got 1,300 comments. Normally on a good day, Dave and I have about 400 comments to get through, and it's been a day. So if I'm not as chatty in the comments as I normally am, understand I'm just trying to get through them right now. Anyways, I hope you're all having a great day. It's so good to see you. Nice to be back. I will catch you soon, and have a wonderful day, folks. Bye.